Hey guys, today I'm going to be teaching you how to help kids put harnesses on for the zip line. There's a very clear set of instructions that you can follow every time. It's going to minimize confusion and make sure that everybody's safely in their harness, and also will minimize the amount of work that you as a facilitator have to do. So the first thing you got to do is get everybody the appropriately sized harness. We have three sizes. We've got dark green, which is for the little ones. We've got light blue, that is for the average size, and then a dark blue that is for the larger people, and that's usually going to be larger adults. Most adults and teenage kids are going to fit into this bright blue harness. So after you've got everybody harnessed, you're going to have them find the purple loops. So there is a half loop, that's called the belay loop. It goes in your left hand. So put the half loop in your left hand, and the full loop in your right hand. After you've got those, you're going to hold it out in front of you like a saddle. So before you can get on the saddle, there's two things you have to check. The first one is to make sure this yellow tag is facing outwards. And then the other one is to make sure nothing looks twisted on your harness. So just check, make sure the leg loops aren't twisted. Don't drop your hold, but make sure everything's nice and straight. And after everyone has their saddle in front of them correctly, you step over with your right foot. So if you go with the right foot, it ensures that your left hand ends up in front of you, which is the front belay loop, which is where it's supposed to be. So make sure they go right foot over and they have their half loop with the yellow tag in front. After they've got that, they're gonna switch their legs closed to kind of hold onto their harness. Take the left hand and slide it down with this long piece of webbing. Then they're gonna run that long piece of webbing round back through the full belay loop at the back. And it's going to pull that webbing all the way through. And then you can replace your left hand back on your front belay loop, bring the webbing around, and we're going to buckle that loop. Before you do that, you need to feel around in the back to make sure nothing is twisted, everything is straight and nice. Just kind of make sure it all looks good before we start buckling people in. Okay. In order to buckle this waist buckle, first thing you do is run the webbing, not twisted, through the back side of this buckle. This is the side that does not have red tape. It's the silver side. And it goes under. Of course, I can't do it on camera. Goes under, and you're going to pull it as tight as you can. So you pull it tight before you go through the second part of the buckle, which is the red. So pull it tight, not so tight that someone's going to like stop breathing, but pretty dang tight. And then we're going to run it under the next one. In order to run it under the next one, you can push the buckle up on the red side, and that's going to open up a lot of space to run that webbing through. All right, pull the webbing all the way through, and they will eventually have to double back, or you'll eventually have to double them back, but not yet. We don't double back until we have checked everything in order to make sure everybody's good. I think mine's just. Okay, so after they've got the waist done, you're going to do the leg loops same way. Take the webbing, run it up through the silver part of the buckle, push the red part of the buckle up, and run through the red part of the buckle. You also want these to be really tight. If they don't want to get it tight, tell them that it's going to be really uncomfortable as they ride if they're jostling around. So they need to get those leg loops as tight as possible. And not double back in. So after you've got everybody in this position, you've got the waist done, you've got the back flat, and the leg loops done. You, the facilitator, have to go around and check everybody with a 5-point safety check. So the 5-point safety check first says, there is the harness resting above their hips. So the hips are right here on me. You do have to literally feel their hips. So before you do that, you have to ask them, say, may I check your harness? And have an affirmative yes. If they say no, you can't do it. So make sure you ask them, they say yes, and then you can feel for their hips. Make sure they are under the waistband. My hips are right here, so we're good to go. Second point is that has to be all flat. Third point is that the waistband has to be tight, so you put 2 fingers around there, move them around. If it's super loose on your 2 fingers, that are sideways, then you need to tighten it for them. After you've ensured that it's tight enough, you're going to double back your waistband. In order to double back, you're going to push up on the the silver side, take your webbing and run it through your buckle. Now, we used to say red is dead, that you needed to cover the red tape by doubling back or you would die. And that's kind of scary for kids that you're trying to build up courage in. So instead of saying red is dead, we're going to say C or closed. Before you double back, it's an O for open. After you double back, it's a C for closed. So we do 2-finger check and close. Same with the legs. 2-finger check and close. And your last point, 5-point check is the other leg. 2 fingers and close. So you as the facilitator need to be the one doing the checking and the closing of all the buckles. And you've got some safely harnessed children who are all ready to go up the zip pole. Take yourself on.